Hi everyone. Today we'll talk about the 2017 movie The Babysitter. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's go. It all starts with Cole, who's terribly afraid of regular injections, but he can't avoid the procedure. After catching his breath, he heads to school, where he has a friend, Melanie. After classes, a group of bullies decides to mock him because he hasn't dated anyone yet. This almost leads to a fight, but suddenly B appears. With just a few words, the bully runs off, frightened. After an inspiring speech, B offers to drive Cole home since she works as his babysitter. However, Cole falls in love with her, enchanted by her charm. When they get home, Cole notices his mom cleaning the basement. He asks, "Do you think of me as a kid?" Receiving the answer that he's just going through a tough phase in life, Cole hears that things will change over time. Later, Cole goes to a driving lesson with his dad, but everything goes wrong because Cole is scared of messing up. So instead, they decide to grab some donuts. At home, Cole keeps Googling new words until morning, when it's time for school again. On the bus, Melanie jokes that his babysitter invites people over while Cole sleeps. He's sure that's impossible, until he sees B walking with a guy, which upsets him. Archie announces that they are going on a short vacation, so B will watch over Cole for the weekend. First, they throw a small party with some pool jumping, which Cole enjoys. A couple of hours later, he confesses that he thinks his parents might get divorced. Everyone advises him not to dwell on it and instead try to ask Melanie to be his girlfriend. But even if his parents split, Cole realizes it won't stop him from growing up and finding his purpose in life. Cole laughs. B obviously understands why he's smiling and decides to leave, but Cole wants the party to continue. Later, B tucks Cole into bed, but before falling asleep, he calls Melanie again. She hints that as soon as he's asleep, B will bring someone over. And that's exactly what happens. Cole hears voices and discovers a whole group: Max, Allison, John, Sonia, and Samuel, the guy he saw with B earlier. After completing a few tasks, it's Samuel's turn. No matter how much he tries to resist, B doesn't stop until a couple of sharp objects end up in his head. It turns out they are part of some cult, which terrifies Cole. But that's not all. They need the blood of the innocent. Hearing this, Cole runs to his room and calls 911. All that's left is to pretend to be asleep. A few minutes later, the group enters his room. Earlier, B had given Cole a drink with some substance in it, but he only pretended to drink it. Now, he pretends to be asleep. Once the group leaves, he constructs a ladder to escape, but there's a problem. B is already there. Regaining consciousness, Cole finds himself tied up. He doesn't understand why he didn't drink the cocktail she gave him. As Cole carefully cuts through the ropes, he doesn't realize there's a mirror behind him, revealing his actions. To cover up, Cole says he saw nothing and believes them when they say it was just a small injection for a science project. Sonia is about to untie him, but police officers arrive. Max uses a pole as a spear, killing one of the officers, but not before the cop manages to shoot Allison, forcing B to finish her off. Other officers try to assess the situation while the group deliberates their next move. Wasting no time, Max grabs the radio and tells them everything is fine. Surprisingly, this works, and Allison manages to survive. Cole decides to escape, but one of the guys notices and chases him. He falls into a trap, plummets, and dies instantly. Max goes on the hunt, but Cole manages to escape through the window. Thinking of a place to hide, Cole chooses the shed. Unfortunately, there lies Samuel's corpse. Cole decides to arm himself with fireworks and head to the basement, but the group intercepts him there. Sonia is already searching the basement for their little rat. Cole comes up with the idea to hide under a blanket, but his plan is disrupted by a spider. The noise catches Sonia's attention, and she orders Cole not to run, but he does the opposite. He lights the firework. Although he misses, Sonia finds several mousetraps, giving Cole a chance to escape and lock the only exit. To top it off, Cole uses a spray to trigger an explosion. Clearly, Sonia is a bit worn out. Max, however, is full of energy, and another chase begins. Even here, Cole has an ace up his sleeve, temporarily stopping Max for just a few seconds. Right before Max is about to take him down, a delinquent approaches the house and starts pelting it with eggs. Max, confused by someone destroying property, decides to deal with the troublemaker. He tackles the delinquent to the ground and discreetly explains the situation, but the guy thinks Cole is just crazy and drives off. The chase with Max continues. Cole sprints toward the treehouse, but Max has no trouble climbing up after him. Before finishing Cole off, Max decides to straighten him up, but his weight proves too much, and one of the planks gives way. Due to his slippery grip, the rope slips, and Max falls to his death. Seeing their scuffle, B fires a shot into the ground, but Cole manages to escape once again. Cole eventually reaches Melanie, who heard the gunshots. He tells her everything that happened, and Melanie adds that no one else is around except her. At that moment, B enters the house, and a phone starts ringing upstairs. B checks the source of the sound and comes back down. During this time, Melanie manages to catch Cole's attention, and he decides to save her. To do so, he needs to deal with B. When Cole returns home, he is shocked. The destruction is gone, except for Allison. Entering the kitchen, Cole notices an ancient book, but Allison distracts him. In an attempt to defend himself, he accidentally brushes against her soft part, and Allison immediately accuses him. Suddenly, B eliminates her, explaining that all she needs is the book, and she will leave him alone. But Cole doesn't believe her and grabs a lighter, threatening to destroy the book if B doesn't explain what's going on. B claims they can start fresh, winking as she speaks. But Cole doesn't fall for it and destroys the book. He starts running again, heading for Melanie's dad's car, which conveniently crashes through the house and takes B out. The commotion attracts the local troublemakers, as well as Cole Cole's parents. And that's how the movie ends. What do you think of this film? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.